saw there briefly.
There's Antonio. Is that Cooper? Memphis? Excuse me, Antonio Gibson, excuse me.
Some tight ends there. Tight end number 81 out of LSU, Stephen Sullivan.
Former wide receiver. Bulked up a little bit. Saw him flash his skills on that one, didn't he?
Only 12 receptions last year as he learned that new position. Colin Johnson from Texas.
That is a big man, Colin Johnson.
Colin Johnson checked in at just a hair under 6'6".
Yeah, they just ran there against Dane Jackson from Pitt.
There's Tennessee's Jauan Jennings.
Working against A.J. Green from Oklahoma State.
Green hung in there, got his hands on him and kept them on him during the entire route.
Green's a big corner. That's a good matchup.
Good physical sized guy, and it's a good matchup with a big receiver like Jennings.
Here's one of the best route runners here in Van Jefferson.
No doubt. Think he was schooled very well,
Watch
DJ?
him get out.
Huh? You think Van Jefferson got to be a little
Yeah,
schooled?
Sean, his dad, knows what he's talking about.
He played in the league for double-digit years and is coaching in the league.
Coaching with the Jets, wide receiver coach and assistant head coach there under Adams Gates.
Darnay Holmes, look at his catch-up speed there. Still didn't make the play. Chance to see a little bit of his catch-up speed, though.
Good job staying with that cat.
That was Lipscomb, I believe.
Collegiate Lipscomb from Vanderbilt. Great concentration and focus.
This is one of the fastest players here in Duvernay from Texas. Probably is the fastest player here. I would advise against that. Let's stretch him out a little bit, stretch your legs.
There's Michael Pittman from USC down the sideline. He's pretty high on the wide receiver board on a very, very deep class of wide receivers this year.
He's one of my favorites and one of the toughest players, any position in this draft class. You can watch him on punt, block punts. He's a gunner. He's outstanding after the catch. Charles, if you know the background about his dad, it's not a surprise how tough he is.
No, not at all.
Dad Michael Pittman, 11 years in the NFL as a running back and Super Bowl champion.
The greatest arms.
Yes,
On a running back.
he was jacked. At 124 yards, by the way, in Super Bowl 37.
Yeah, that's one of the things, remember, with his career, if I'm not mistaken, not a 1,000-yard season that year, but in the playoffs,
He went off.
was a monster. And that was when they had the pound the rock mantra for Tampa Bay. It wasn't just the defense. That offense did a nice job running the football in the playoffs.
That's Luck's team.
Claypool,
That's a
Raiders,
great
San
catch.
Diego.
Chase Claypool from Notre Dame, number 83 Canadian, led the Fighting Irish in every major receiving category this past season.
You said coming in, Daniel, you were wanting to see if there was a possibility of separating Pittman from USC and Claypool from Notre Dame. Both of them in these last two reps, the defensive backs end up stumbling, falling away from them. They have a natural play strength to them, don't they?
No doubt. And Claypool, another one that's on special teams and extremely tough after the catch. So,
I wish you luck on the separation.
very similar players. They're going to probably end up holding hands on my sequence list here when it's all said and done.
Claypool this morning, 6'4", 229. Pittman, 6'3", 219.
And when you say holding hands on your sequence list, that means as you rate guys,
They're stacked right on
oftentimes
top
they'll
of
be
each
stacked
other.
on one will be 10, one will be 11, one will be 5, one will be 6.
The separation between the wide receivers this year. I'm not talking separation from
Yeah.
DBs.
It's grocery shopping.
Yeah.
To me, it is.
It's
What do you
almost
want?
like you can't go
What
wrong.
do you want? What do you want? You want a big guy? You want a complete route runner? You want to take the top off the defense player? We have all of them. They're all there. And if you look around different teams, just say, well, we've got the big guys. We need some juice. We need some speed. Well, you go get your speed guy. If you've got the speed guy, you want some big, tall trees. Well, you're looking at one of them right here. Look at him, went right off the line with that release. Actually, it's pretty good coverage there by Lamar Jackson. His head around.
I think in a sense on that one, Pittman ran into where Lamar Jackson was, if that makes sense at all. Like if that had been broken across the field, the separation was bigger off of the initial step.
And yes, that is Lamar Jackson, not the quarterback, but the defensive back out of the
Watch, if he comes back towards you right there, see on the play fake, he's running away from Lamar Jackson. But good job by Jackson getting back into his hip pocket and sinking on the route.
State.
Number 60.
Here we go, boys.
First team Mountain West.
We got some one-on-ones here, wide receivers, DBs. This is the good stuff here.
Austin Mack out of Ohio State. You saw there briefly.
There's Antoine. Is that Cooper? Memphis? Excuse me, Antonio. Antonio Gibson, excuse me.
Some tight ends there.
Tight end number 81 out of LSU, Stephen Sullivan.
Former wide receiver. Bulked up a little bit. Saw him flash his skills on that one, didn't he?
Only 12 receptions last year as he learned that new position. Colin Johnson from Texas.
That is a big man, Colin Johnson.
Colin Johnson checked in at just a hair under 6'6".
Yeah, they just ran that right against Dane Jackson from Pitt.
There's Tennessee's Jawan Jennings.
Working against A.J. Green from Oklahoma State.
Green hung in there. Got his hands on him and kept them on him during the entire route.
Green's a big corner. That's a good matchup.
Good physical sized guy, and it's a good matchup with a big receiver like Jennings.
Here's one of the best route runners here in Van Jefferson.
No doubt. Think he was schooled very well,
Once
DJ?
you get out.
Huh? You think Van Jefferson got a few little
Yeah,
schooling?
Sean, his dad, knows what he's talking about.
Played in the league for double-digit years and is coaching in the league.
Coaching with the Jets, wide receiver coach and assistant head coach there under Adams Gates.
Darnay Holmes. Look at his catch-up speed there. Still didn't make the play. Chance to see a little bit of his catch-up speed, though.
Good job staying with that catch.
That was Lipscomb, I believe.
Collegiate Lipscomb from
Vandy.
Vanderbilt. Great concentration and focus.
This is one of the fastest players here in Duvernay from Texas. Probably is the fastest player here. I would advise against that. Let's stretch him out a little bit, stretch your legs, and get vertical.
But Dane Jackson did a nice job on that one, didn't he? Able to stay within the short round, break it up.
There's Austin Mack again. Couldn't hang on. Mark Ross also up here in the booth with us as well today.
Hey, Mark.
Eagles, former Giants executive. Good to see you, sir.
Buffalo Bills, don't forget about them.
Oh, I forgot about the Bills. I apologize.
Bills always getting left out of stuff.
Not much lately, though, huh, Mark?
You're right.
Bills Mafia is back.
The new era, jumping on tables and everything.
Yeah, they're back.
Justin Herbert letting one fly there.
Mark had this big receiver here for Tennessee. Not sure how much his speed,
Right.
but with a big body guy, let's see how he gets in and out of things here.
Well, that's what you want to see in a big guy if they have some change of direction. And also, we hear big receiver a lot, but what do you want to see in a big receiver? Them play big, and
Yes.
play physical, and not play down to the size of the corners.
This is 11 versus 11 here.
Dane Jackson's had some nice shots. The corner from Pitt. Looks like he's done a nice job staying with receivers so far.
Mark, we always talk about, trying to build a basketball team at that receiver position and different types. For those who don't know, when you get in the room, when you're in the draft room, it's not just one wide receiver column
Right.
like the old days.
Right, yeah, when you want to fit the profile of what your coaches want, of course they want big, fast guy that can catch and run routes and all that, but that's just not reality nowadays. So if you want a small, quick guy that can catch really well, or a big guy that's going to spread the field, or another guy that's physical inside. So those are the discussions where you have to be on the same page as the scouting department with the coaching staff and exactly what they're looking for and who they're willing to play with and work with as a team. That's an offense.
What about building the guys who have to cover nowadays, Mark? As you've seen the game evolve, you know what it's like.
Yep.
The traditional 4 guys out there is almost null and void nowadays. So what are you looking for in defensive backs and coverage ability, even at the safety spot?
Yeah, of course, you're always looking for speed. I mean, you just have so much ground you have to cover now with the offenses spreading out the defenses, and you've seen this coming in college football for years and years now. It's making it more to the NFL. So you're looking for the speed and the quickness to cover ground at all the positions. Your slot, your outside guy, and like you said, your safeties and even your linebackers now are becoming smaller to be able to cover that space.
That was a heck of a rep by Dane Jackson from
Yeah.
Pitt.
Guys, he's having a big first day in terms of coverage. With
Fluid, real fluid and smooth.
And have you noticed, Daniel, the different sizes that they've thrown at him so far? It's been all size receivers, and he stepped up for all of them.
40 career passes broken up, PBUs. Mark, I know Dane Jackson's a guy that you had.
Yeah, I highlighted Dane Pretty good. Thanks, Dane, for coming through for me. Yeah, he's a guy that a high school quarterback, wasn't heavily recruited, all-state basketball player. So he has that natural athletic ability that you look for. Very productive at Pitt. When you watch him on tape, I mean, he plays with that confidence, that swagger that you want to see corners. I mean, he attacks the ball. He attacks receivers. He's very sticky in his mirror ability. So he was a guy that I was really looking forward to watching this week. And day one, he's coming through.
One other thing, Mark, with these receivers, a lot of times this is the first they've seen press all year long. You just don't press anymore. It's quarters coverage in college football all the way across the board. You don't get guys up in your face. So seeing how they react to that is big.
You're watching day one here at the Reese's Senior Bowl. This is the South on the practice field, coached by the Bengals. Coming up a little bit later, the North, coached by Matt Patricia and the Detroit Lions. How important, guys, real quick here, are first impressions? You want to see how guys compete throughout the week and how they get better? Do first impressions stick out to you?
Look, it matters, but I want to see how they get better every day.
Yeah, you want to see at the end of the week. You want to see if that first impression holds for you, or does it change, right, Mark?
Definitely, but first impressions are good because you're going to be buzzing about them all week, and you're giving them the benefit of the doubt as a scouting staff.
Well, first day of buzz. Look at here on the South on the practice.
And again, I think there are certain players that you must take out of the game, and he was one of them. They were going to have to find another way to beat us, and they did. They found another. You know, they have other players that are really, really good players, but he is a guy that can change the game and open up the game.
He beat Utah almost by himself.
He beat Utah, and again, if you look back at Pittman and his ability, it's not only the deep ball, which he can catch and track, but he can catch the drive route. He can catch a lot of balls underneath and make it to the end zone as well.
I think you're going to like that one right there,
That's
Coach.
a little bit better by Troy Pride.
Take that one.
That's a little bit better. You know, here's a guy that, one of the fastest guys in the ACC with 4.35 speed. He is going to test off the charts, when he goes to the combine. So it's really important for him to show some football skills in this game. And I think if he can do that, he can really help himself.
And we just saw him adapt there, Coach. That's part of being a defensive back as well, isn't it? Things are going to happen. Guys are going to make catches. Everybody acts like when you really shut down a receiver, he doesn't make any catch. That's not necessarily the case. Do you limit yards after catch with good tackling in the secondary? Do you make it difficult on him?
That's exactly right. And I think it's learning, throughout the game. What is he doing? What am I going to take away now in terms of, what's his favorite route? What does he want to do? And I think the really good cornerbacks are able to do that.
That's Antonio Gandy Golden from Liberty, the wide receiver down the sideline. You were joking half your secondary is here. You also have a couple of edge rushers who are not here. Obviously, Cole Kmet, a tight end as well. You have a lot of talent to replace. How daunting a task is that coming off an 11-win season with another rough schedule next year?
Well, you get hit with that a lot, and I'm sure, all the major programs do, but that's why I'm out on the road recruiting, because listen, this is my 30th year as a head coach. You don't stay in this business very long unless you're out there recruiting. And you see here now, you've got a Notre Dame matchup with Chase Claypool against Alohi Gilman. This is not really a fair matchup, because Alohi's just going to hold him. And that's what I would do if I'm a safety. So I would not let a wide receiver off the line of scrimmage. So first of all, don't match me up against him.
Coach, you said that with such confidence. In other words, you've seen this before.
I've seen this movie. and he's being coached the way he should be. Do not let a skilled player get down the field against you, because it's not a great matchup.
Just drag him to the ground if you have to.
Well, in college, it's a little bit more, there's a lot more leeway in college football than there is in the NFL. If you put your hands on him, obviously, with the 5-yard rule, you're going to get a first down. So, again, I think, what Alohi does more than anything else, he was a captain for us, great leadership, great special teams player, smart, savvy. He makes a team because of, again, all of the other things that he can do for you. A great box player, but also a guy that can certainly play the tight end down the field, and a great tackler.
With a receiver like Claypool, and, here's Troy Pride, you probably saw those guys jumping to the front of the line to take on the best each and every day, and those guys, the old iron sharpens iron deal. You saw that kind of competitiveness every day.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We run one-on-one drills every single day, and it's the...
You're joking. We saw Gilman before tackling Claypool.
See
a lot of these wide receivers pushing off here as well. That's the fun part about this, just the level of competition with the cameras on when you do get the best of the best.
No doubt, and so a couple of things that stand out here. Obviously, they're playing some press coverage, they're playing some off coverage, they're changing it up a little bit, which I think is really good because, there's got to be a variety of different releases for these wide receivers too. You don't want them to always have, like for example, now you're going to be able to see Claypool in terms of getting in and out of his break too. And if it's just all press, you're not going to see that.
All right, sneak in one quick question before you run here, Coach. Your tight end, Cole Kmet, is entered into this draft class. Considered the top tight end in the draft. What can you tell us about him?
Well, I think first of all, his ability to block in line, but also vertically stretch the field. I mean, look, everybody's looking at tight ends now, how they can impact in the run game, but also can I get a matchup? And linebackers, the athleticism that we're seeing in the NFL today where linebackers can run with anybody, you also have to run and have a catch radius. He's got that. I had Kelsey at Cincinnati. I've had
trying to run his route. That was Jeremy Chin from Southern Illinois. And there's two schools of thought about how you're going to play him, too. Are you going to play him off? You're going to get up and be physical with him in this type of a drill. And that part, it was physical.
And that's Jalen Elliott with that PBU right there from Notre Dame, who's had come a really good day in this drill yesterday. Really good ball awareness.
Now we'll see a little off coverage here.
A little hesitation there at the top.
That's our guy from Portland State, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Charlie. Go ahead.
Talmapea.
Charlie Talmapea. I like that little hesitation step there. Gave him enough separation to get himself open downfield.
This would be a challenge for Josh Uche out there, all the way split out wide. Defense, number 6, wearing the Michigan helmet. That's not bad for somebody that can really, really rush off the edge, too.
But what do we think of Uche? We know we can get to the quarterback here. Not the biggest guy, though.
He's versatile, though. You can play him. Again, I use his name a lot because I see him every week. But Chenna Nwosu is somebody who could play off the ball, can play some on the ball. Just a real versatile chess piece.
But that type of coverage you get as a linebacker, where they will take the back and put him all the way out to the sideline, where you will have to go out there and make that type of coverage. Plus, with Uche, a lot of people want to see if they can bring him in and have him some other coverage situations. So it's a good time for him to show his wares. That's nice coverage.
Nice job of fading back in, finding the football. It's a really good rep.
Let's move on to the red zone here. Thursday, the North. We got Gordon at quarterback. Courtney Davis here, wide receiver.
Working on Lamar Jackson. I think he got that second foot down. That was a heck of a catch. Marked him out. I'm with you, Courtney. I thought you got that one.
That's good effort, too. And I like where the ball placement was on that. What do you think about that, DJ, as a quarterback?
Only
that
your
was the right spot.
Only receiver has a chance at it.
KJ Hill, Ohio State, got held.
Yes, he did.
These guys are handsy, aren't they? And we're seeing that continue throughout this week. Talk about the defensive backs as they make the adjustment from college rules to the NFL rules. And if you're going to grab a jersey like that, that will be detected.
Jeremy Chin, the Saluki, Southern Illinois, 13 career picks. Here's Claypool.
Got to win off the line. That's how you win, right off the line. Sold the slant. He took the bait. That's easy.
DJ, you were a hooper. Was that just a tremendous crossover going
nice.
To the basket?
Yep.
Exactly what that was, wasn't it?
Hard plant.
Somebody asked Claypool recently what his best position is. He said 2 guard.
Well, he just showed it there because he crossed over and he would have finished at the rim on that one.
I'm anxious to see Gandy Golden, number 11 from Liberty, get some cracks down here because he's built for this drill.
You talk about his elevation,
Oh,
being
my
able to go over the
gosh.
top.
It's 6'3 and a half, 222 pounds.
SMU's James Prochet here.
Look at, oh, nice play.
That's Javaris Davis from Auburn.
Yep.
What did he do well there, DJ?
Played the hands. Play the ball, see the ball, play the hands, and that's exactly what he did, poke that away. And he's undersized, 5'8 and a half. Nice recovery. And
when you're 5'8 and a half, you're not going to always win those physical battles, so you have to know the little tricks of the trade. That was an excellent one there by Davis.
there's Gandy Golden, didn't get an opportunity. Got to keep it on the court, give him a chance here for the quarterback.
Below the hard deck does not count.
Is that our second Top Gun reference this week, Charles?
Well, they're making the second one, so.
Hopefully none of these guys walk away from the Reese's Senior Bowl asking for the name of that truck driving school. It's Denzel Mims from Baylor.
He's put together a couple nice practices, too. Another guy that can elevate and play above the rim.
And it's not just elevation, right, DJ? It's being able to use your body as well to body people off, right? We just lost Morgan Wooten, the great high school basketball coach. He would teach these guys how to box out, wouldn't he?
No doubt. That's nice defense right there. That's 2 good reps.
Is that Metellus?
Yep, that's 2 good reps for him.
Josh Metellus from Michigan, who's really looking good in the early going.
Basically, this entire North secondary is Notre Dame or Michigan.
Speaking of which, this is KJ Hill from Ohio State.
Against Troy Pride.
Nice
in the
job.
Golden Dome.
Nice release by KJ Hill there, and actually pretty good recovery by Pride.
Troy Pride, a guy that Brian Kelly, when he was in the booth yesterday, said he's got the speed, certainly needs to make the plays, though, when you pop on the tape, when you see him on game day. Another one of Kelly's guys, Claypool, back out there. Averaged 48 points a game as a senior basketball.
Jeremy Chin from Southern Illinois, number 22, with a nice inside position on that one. But that ball never had a chance. Claypool didn't have a chance for that because the ball wasn't even close to being up high.
Now, Chin got the win on that one, but I would like to see you're impressed. Get your hands on somebody at the line of scrimmage. Do not give a guy like Chase Claypool a clean release.
And if you're the quarterback, put it up there and give him an opportunity. Don't throw it in the back of the defender.
O'Shea.
Nice job.
All he does is get open and catch everything, if you're into
Nice
that.
job. You think that works?
That'll play.
Even with his jersey getting tough.
Here today, Javon Kinlaw out of South Carolina, a first-team All-American. He just had a really nice move. And now back at it with the Alabama edge rusher. It's Terrell Lewis. Terrell Lewis, a raw athlete, hasn't figured it all out, put it all together yet. But man, in terms of the body type of an edge rusher, that's how you would want it. DJ Wadham, South Carolina.
Okay, I'm going to ask you both, start with you, DJ. When you're watching this drill, what are you looking for defensively? What are you looking for with the offensive line?
Well, to me, defensively, I start with the get-off. I want to see what type of explosive get-off they have, and then you're looking at their hands. You know, that to me is the 2 parts of this drill from a defensive lineman standpoint.
Martin, your scouting eyes, what do you see?
Well, offensive line, I learned as a young scout, John Bowler was our director of college scouting, he said start with the feet. So we want to see how quickly that the offensive linemen get their feet up and down and move laterally against these guys. And keep in mind, this is a defensive drill.
No doubt.
There's no run. They know they can just get up the field and show what they have. So when the offensive linemen win, it is a big win for them because it is geared towards the defensive line.
Marlon Davidson led Auburn in sacks with 7.5. As many tackles for a loss as Derek Brown, 12.5.
So that inside long arm, and this is somebody that played end who's going to probably kick inside at the next level. But I think you can slide him up and down the line of scrimmage. You can be a heavy end on rundowns if you wanted to, but can rush inside.
Yeah, I think his attractiveness to teams is the way they did play him at Auburn, where he played up and down the line and plays hard. I mean, he's a banger in there, and that's what you're looking for nowadays.
58 there from Florida. Jonathan Grenard led the SEC in sacks with 9.5.
I thought that was a nice
Sat on him.
there.
That was it.
I mean, he made it actually kind of easy as he tried to dip there as he came around and came up field. See how he tried to get low? Travis Gibson from Tulsa made it pretty easy for the offensive tackle.
Give up your chests against Javon Kinlaw. That's what's going to happen every time.
I don't know that if you protect your chest, you won't be able to Javon Kinlaw. I mean, that's a heavy-handed guy coming at you, isn't it?
Damian Lewis there from LSU, the guard, nicknamed Banky by his grandmother. Because he always had his blanket with him.
What'd you think of that right
Thanks
there?
for explaining that, Andy. I was really wondering what it could have been.
Gotta give the context there. Maybe he always liked to carry his piggy bank. I don't know.
I was trying to hustle past it.
We joke about it, but these are things that you're in a scouting meeting. You talk about all these things,
yeah.
the things you think you wouldn't talk about, but that comes up.
Nicknames matter too.
Nicknames, I mean, it may not matter, but it's funny.
it comes
You
up.
discuss it. You mentioned the guy wearing the shorts earlier. We'll bring that up in a scouting meeting as well. So everything possible that you want to talk about a player, it'll get discussed.
Let me ask you this then, on that context, as you guys both are scouts in the room and as scouting changes and moves on, you still have those grizzled veteran scouts in the room that have their bromides, right, from the days gone by. Hey, I don't like a kid who does this, or I don't like it. And you got to sift through all of those things in your evaluation, correct?
There's definitely a little inherent bias in all scouts.
Right.
It's almost as if they like players more that are kind of like them, or what they're accustomed to liking.
Or we gave them a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so that's where you have to have the good discussions with everyone and varying opinions, and everybody be on the same page that whatever player we're discussing, when we get them, that this is for that certain team who you're looking for, and no fifth league feelings out of it, and we're just trying to find the best player.
It's Josiah Coatney there from Ole Miss.
Little power starter. Just a little snap.
5.5 career sacks.
He had good leverage there.
Here's Davidson coming off the edge. You saw him inside. He's got strong, powerful hands, man.
Working against Terrence Steele from Texas Tech, who's predominantly a right tackle, but has started every position on the O-line other than center.
There you go.
Okay, you just heard the coach in the background tell him on that previous rep, don't overset. What does that mean to you guys?
Oh, then what did he do?
But when he says overset,
You're setting out wide.
Thousands. I'm Andrew Siciliano, taking a look here at the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman. That is Lloyd Cushenberry, the LSU center. And jumping early, that's Marlon Davidson, guys out of Auburn. Beg your pardon, that was Damian Lewis, not Lloyd Cushenberry. Two LSU guys there. Damian Lewis at right guard.
good job by Damian Lewis getting out there, reaching him, getting out ahead of him and controlling him.
No, you gotta go. I'm messing with
Thomas,
I can do whatever you guys want.
with that jacket, you have an umbrella, man. You can fly right out of the booth.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget, this is Thomas Dimitrov, 6-2 Falcons.
Yes, exactly. And Thomas Dimitrov, 6-2 Falcons, who beat the NFC champions down the stretch as well with 3 picks in the first 2 rounds. We thank you kindly.
Always
for
enjoy
spending
it.
time
Thank
with
you
us
for having
today.
me, as always.
Coming up, more practice
Gents.
on the South from the recent thousands. I'm Andrew Siciliano, taking a look here at the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman. That is Lloyd Cushenberry, the LSU center. And jumping early, that's Marlon Davidson, guys out of Auburn. Beg your pardon, that was Damian Lewis, not Lloyd Cushenberry. 2 LSU guys there. Damian Lewis at right guard.
Good job by Damian Lewis getting out there, reaching him, getting out ahead of him and controlling him.
When they come here, I remember the year Carson Wentz came here, and I hadn't seen Carson. I didn't make it there for practice. But when I saw him, he was jumping around and bouncing around, and I asked some scouts, is this real? I mean, is this his real personality? And it turned out it was. So those are the things you like to see. Those quarterbacks taking command of the whole practice.
Offensive line really getting challenged right now. Offensive line, could you hear him?
Well, if you can't hear an offensive line coach yelling all the time, it's gonna hot in your ears.
Jalen Hurts moves out of the pocket, hits Van Jefferson, the Florida wide receiver, son of Sean Jefferson, who played 13 years in the league, now a coach with the Jets.
Man, Jefferson, not only is he a really good route runner, show you some instincts there on a scramble, be able to make something happen, but he's just got real strong natural hands.
Yes. He snatches, right? That ball comes, he snatches it. Not to mention, gunner on the punt team.
There's a bunch of guys here that do that.
These
Claypool
guys
from
will
Notre
get
Dame,
down.
Pittman from USC.
These guys will go play. And when they have that eagerness to play special, to Joey's here, they come to these all-star games. A lot of guys have it.
Drills now with Justin Herbert, the Oregon quarterback down there. 32 touchdowns this past year, only 6 interceptions. Many thought he would have come out last year, decided to stay in school. What did we see, guys, from his senior year?
Well, he saw somebody that's big and strong and very athletic. And the athleticism, as you see him roll out right here, you can see that on display. Nice, beautiful ball was dropped on the edge by Duvernay from Texas. But you didn't see him use those legs until we got to the end of the season. And when you talk to folks at Oregon, they said, well, we didn't feel comfortable with the backup situation, the quarterback position. So they did not encourage him to do that. So that's what I'm anxious to see how he moves around this week, because that's a big part of his game.
I saw a guy who came back wanting to fulfill a couple of goals. One, wanted to play with his brother who was a freshman there. 2, wanted to win a Pac-12 title. And it looked like that was all gone. You remember mid-season with the big loss that they had? Big upset in that ball game. And then
Arizona State.
Arizona State late in the game. Then they turn around, find a way to get to the Pac-12 title game. A upset Utah, and then a lot of people say they upset Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl. So I see a kid who developed, matured, and brought that little winning touch with him as well.
And had 3 rushing touchdowns. Showed that he could run the football.
Maybe he was 227 when he played
In the Rose Bowl. Exactly. Mark, what do you think,
for
Justin?
him this week is just to see how quickly he processes things and gets the ball out of his hand, how he can scan the field, because a lot of the offense in Oregon was a little bit one read for him, and he was a little deliberate with where he was throwing the ball, a little off with his accuracy. So those are the 2 big things for him, will be the processing and the accuracy, which if he shows those this week, he could really, really help himself.
You talk about processing, and that's not only working through your read, but then, to me, just let it rip, man. Let it go. Anticipate a little bit more. Show a little confidence in that. A lot of times he likes to see it before he'll release it. So that's something he's got to work on.
And that may go ahead, Mark.
Big thing, yeah, just looking for that naturalness in a quarterback, that moxie. I mean, I know Patrick Mahomes is the MVP of the league type talent, but that sort of almost basketball player type of feel that you have to have in the pocket for a quarterback.
Non-robotic.
And keep in mind, since he doesn't know these receivers, that may take a few days to develop here. You want to see him let it rip, DJ. He might be more of that first guy that we might see maybe down the road Wednesday, Thursday. Gets a little more comfortable, might let it rip a little more then, we shall see.
And a big part of this as well is how you perform in the game. I mean, practices are one thing, certainly. Most of the scouts, the GMs, the coaches go home, and they'll be sitting there on the couch on Saturday watching us call the game. And we've seen guys like Dak Prescott step up on the big stage on Saturday and take away the Offensive MVP award. It's Jalen Hurts now.
There's a lot of those practice all-stars, and then once the
Thursday
game
All-Americans.
shows up, they don't come through. And you see that at the NFL level, too, in training camp. You have guys in training camp that don't play well, and then all of a sudden the game comes on, and you're like, wow, you guys start making plays. So you want to see guys make plays in games. You like to see it practice in game, but if you had your choice, you'd rather see the playmaking in the game situation.
That was a nice rhythm throw from Jalen Hurts under center. And we saw him in some of the earlier drills. The pace wasn't there. The urgency wasn't there getting away from the center. That was a little bit better. Hit your back foot. Nice, accurate ball.
All right, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. The Heisman runner-up obviously started his career at Georgia, lost his job to Tua, ended up at Oklahoma, put up huge numbers this past year for the Sooners. Guys, what's our evaluation? Charles, start with you here on Jalen Hurts.
Well, this is a guy, remember, he started as a freshman at Alabama. Season opener, he didn't start. Took it the rest of the way. He was SEC Offensive Player of the Year. Ended up going to a national championship. Took his team back to a national championship. Then he ends up getting benched in the national championship game. Handles it like a champ. Ends up transferring to Oklahoma. Finds his way back again. Gets to the playoff 4. This guy wins football games. I'm going to tell you now, the comparison early, and I think it's going to continue to hold up, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott at Mississippi State took his team to the #1 ranking deep into the season at Mississippi State. You don't get that very often. This kid is that type of a player. I think we'll get a lot of those types of comparisons.
DJ? Well, it's interesting just hearing the Dak Prescott comparison because Dak came here to the Senior Bowl. I want to say it was the MVP of the game. He was fantastic that week. He was good all week down here in practice, so this will be a good opportunity for Jalen. I thought Dak was a little bit further along as a passer than Jalen was. Jalen, the best thing about Jalen is competitiveness, and that shows up with him as a runner. It shows up with him in big moments and big games. Charles, we forgot about the championship game when Tua went out last year against Georgia, and he came in and helped win that football
The SEC title game. They actually reversed roles from the previous season. When Tua bailed them out in the national championship game, Jalen Hurts won them an SEC championship when Tua was struggling.
But just being a natural thrower, improve the accuracy, the touch, especially to me down the field, the deep ball is an area he can work on.
Yeah, I like the Dak Prescott comparison. Similar body type, similar type of athlete. But I think just watching Jalen from afar, it's just his maturity and the way he's handled everything. And that'll play well with the NFL teams when he interviews. Because I think that'll be a giant part of why someone will like him is because of the way he handled the situation, his maturity level, his intelligence. And, those are things that you evaluate a player and you like him better. If you like them as a person, it elevates their status with teams.
Yeah, what he did with Tua, guys, when Tua had to come in at halftime of the national championship game, and Alabama made the switch, and then they win, and he handles it like a champ. Inside as a competitor, it's driving him crazy because I bet he felt like, didn't I deserve the chance to get out of it in the second half? Why am I going to the bench?
Back with
Joshua Kelly from UCLA behind him. Team drills here as day 2 of practice winds down. Patterson having a little trouble getting that ball from under center. We got Charles Davis and Daniel Jeremiah up here.
University of Houston has been a guy that's been really intriguing for me. When you think about finding someone who has balance and body control, he's been outstanding.
Josh Jones wearing number 70 as Patterson takes a deep shot, and Antonio Gandy Golden cannot hang on anything but Golden.
Andy Golden was having a pretty good practice too. Had some wins down there in one-on-ones, Buck. And for as big as he is a smooth, easy mover, man. You see him get on top of coverage here, just didn't finish.
No, just didn't finish the deal. But you're right, DJ. It's hard to find big guys that can move like that. He's been able to stack and climb and separate. The physicality has not been a problem when they walked up and jammed him. And, you know, he didn't cash in on that opportunity, but he's made some really solid catches throughout the practice.
Joshua Kelly with some decent burst.
You know, Joshua Kelly's been pretty nifty and pretty slick down here. When you looked at some of the drills, his ability to kind of win one-on-one and one-on-one wide receiver drills against the linebackers, but then also he's broken out a couple big runs. He has a knack, has a nice little feel.
We haven't talked a lot about the running backs these first 2 days. What do we think of Joshua Kelly, DJ?
Oh, he's a workhorse. I mean, you saw it really last year with what he did. It's a fascinating story, and transferring up a level there to UCLA, getting a chance to come out and join this game is a good opportunity for him. Getting involved in the passing game, something I want to see a little bit more of. That's my take on him, and that's one of the things you can accomplish this week and show everybody.
I would say that, to me, that's true about getting involved in the pass game with all 3 of the backs with this squad, because they're all ideally built and suited to help you in the passing game. To see how they develop that way, it'll be fun to watch this week. And I like the backfield here. Is that one of the tight ends moving back at fullback?
Yes, it is.
Is that our Portland State guy?
Yeah, that's him, CD. Nice little helmet.
And that's a nice catch there by Denzel Mims, who goes up and brings down a rainbow from Jordan Love. And the man to the backfield there, the Portland State H-back Charlie Tamapea.
Go up there and high point the ball. You see them both extending and grabbing a little bit, but a nice catch. Give him a chance there with Jordan Love. Actually thought he had Troutman. Was wide open coming down the middle of the field and came off him and decided to give his receiver on the outside a shot.
And I didn't see a flag on that play either. And if you're both going to grab and hold, the official's going to say, tell you what, now you guys work it out. Best man wins at the end. We'll keep the flag in our pocket.
It was Michael Ujamudia from Iowa, the DB there. We've seen a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of handsy DBs here.
Not
Seemingly more than in years past, but maybe that is just me.
Yeah,
You're shaking your head.
I don't
might be just me.
I don't think it's surprising at all. Remember, coming from college, you know, you're going to the NFL. College, you can have your hands on them until the ball's in the air. The NFL, it's a 5-yard rule. You're having to adjust.
Jamichael Hasty, the Baylor running back in there now.
It's a good ball right there.
Nice ball with Jordan Love.
Jordan Love just needed to relax and just kind of calm down. Went back and watched the tape yesterday, and was just, everything was happening too fast for him. Here you see him just hang on your back foot, nice and patient, and you see the ball come out. Look how pretty and tight that ball is.
And that's KJ Hill from Ohio State on the business end of that catch, who I thought was terrific in one-on-ones. Bucky, did you get a chance to watch KJ Hill at all one-on-ones?
Hey, look, man, he has been killing it. Like, what I like about him is he's really a technician. He's really good at getting in and out of his breaks. He has consistently created separation. And then you saw him make a tough catch in traffic. Because there have been so many wide receivers of late come out of Ohio State, he's going to get a chance because he's experienced and well-versed in the passing game.
Not a surprise to see Weaver from...
Hey, run here.
Good read. Just reading Zach Bond, a little zone read. Reading the Wisconsin linebacker. He crashes, he keeps, and that's a walk-in touchdown.
Go ahead, Mark.
These last 2 plays, you see why everyone's intrigued by Jordan Love. The first one, you see the easy movement rolling out, simple throw, but I mean, he just makes it look effortless and natural. And then here you see the zone read, which he'll be able to do at the NFL level, where creating yards with his legs and staring defenses and keeping them off balance. So just those 2 plays, it shows you what a tremendous talent he is.
Got a nice block from Bryson Hopkins, too, on that right side, the tight end. opened up a nice alley for him.
Jordan Love did not rush for a touchdown last year, but he had 7 the previous year. Now Shea Patterson, the Michigan quarterback, throws a touchdown there to JaMychal Hasty from Baylor.
Hasty, I like him better when he's getting out in the route too. In pass protection, there's some issues there. He lunges, gets off balance, gets overmatched a little bit. So
He's not real big.
now, when you're watching these guys trying to figure out what you want to do with him in the passing game, to me, I'm gonna get him out.
But how about that motion we just saw there, guys? Aren't you seeing more and more of that against flow behind the line of scrimmage to separate someone, get them free out in the flat?
No doubt.
Mention the size, DJ. And pass pro, Hasty 5'8", 5'8", even 203.
Not advisable, usually, to throw that one all the way across the field.
Intended for Denzel Mims from Baylor.
Especially in this area of the field where you've got points and
Yeah, you got to keep them in your hip pocket.
Yeah.
That was the saying Bassey, number 27 on the coverage from Wake Forest.
there's nothing there. Just pitch it away or take off and go with it.
That's situational football, right? Know where you are, know what you got in your pocket. What's your risk reward?
I was hoping they were going to get Troutman involved here. 84 is on the left side of the tight end. I really seen him get many opportunities today.
Heard someone say, watch the keeper.
There you go. Got him
There it
again.
is.
The other
Well,
side.
he got involved. He did his
Yeah,
job.
a little down block.
Yep, he got involved there.
And Shea Patterson takes it into the end zone. So a couple of keepers, one by Love, one by Patterson, as you watch the red zone here with the North.
Just
Out scheming him here.
just an easy
Out
read
scheming him in
keep.
the red zone.
It's
Look,
amazing.
Willikis is hustling though from the backside, right? Is that Willikis from
It is from Michigan State. Got a new quarterback in here, Anthony Gordon from Washington State.
See if Gordon can redeem himself in this drill. He had a couple late throws, not strong arm throws earlier. Let's see if he can make some plays here.
Got the big body Claypool, 83 from Notre Dame to the left.
Jump ball.
There you go, a little moxie.
Yep. You see that a lot on tape, DJ. I mean, he does that all the time where he just naturally moves around, feels the pressure. He's got excellent short area quickness to move around the pocket and make throws off balance in all different angles. That, you know,
He's
being a
throwing a
former
lot of
baseball
football,
player.
throwing a lot of balls.
Yep.
He felt the pressure. What was that? Alton Robinson from Syracuse. Watch the left side of your screen. Comes Robinson 94. He feels it, gets away from it. Nice little three-quarter sidearm, little zip in there. That looked pretty good.
You guys remember 5-10 years ago, you always wanted to see a quarterback with the perfect throwing motion overhead and scout, and you would almost knock a quarterback if he didn't have that throwing style. And now you want to see them not have that and be able to throw from all different angles and body positioning.
What do you call it? Because there's so many buzz phrases for it, Mark. How do you describe it? Off platform, off skin.
Justin Herbert to the corner. And that's Van Jefferson from Florida.
DJ, would you say red zone work in a lot of ways should show off the best of Justin Herbert with that strong arm?
Yeah, look at that ball. Didn't keep him on the court. Got up a little bit earlier, but look how tight he spun that ball. You got to be decisive here, and that's one of the things you want to see from a quarterback. Can you trust what you see and let it rip? And that's one area where I want to see a little bit more from Justin Herbert. So this is a good opportunity to evaluate that.
We've seen Herbert's arm a couple of times today. He's got some zip. Again to the corner.
He knows where our blind spot is. With a vengeance.
So does he get extra points for understanding that?
Reading the defense, reading the cameras as well. That's Kalijah Lipscomb from Vandy, number 16. Led the SEC with 87 receptions 2 seasons ago in 2018. And now Jalen Hurts is in there. Former Alabama, former Oklahoma quarterback. He too can find the blind spot to Colin Johnson on the sideline.
Did get a completion now.
This is where you got your tight end and Harrison Bryant, who's had a really good week too. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get involved here.
That's Colin Johnson to get out.
Harrison Bryant's number 40 there. That is a FAU Florida Atlantic helmet he's wearing. And Stephon Sullivan, 81, the LSU tight end, next to him. 11 on 11 11 there. Colin Johnson and Dane Jackson, the DB from Pitt, with a flag.
You got a little too much of him there.
Dane Jackson, beg pardon.
But you get the sense, though, that Jalen Hurts thought that Jackson was locked up with the receiver and wasn't aware.
Trying to
throw
buzz
the
it by
ball,
his ear and he turned
and
around.
he was locked in on. He could see back to the quarterback.
Well, you might be missing a guy.
Might be missing the guy that throws the football.
Oh, they got Montez in there.
Oh, there he is. Stephen Montez with the red jersey, the Colorado quarterback. Jawan Jennings, 15, Tennessee wideout.
Tyree Cleveland, number 9 from Florida.
Yes, sir.
And 83 would be DeGuara, wouldn't it?
Joseph DeGuara, the Cincinnati tight end. Montez to Cleveland in traffic, couldn't hang on.
Did Dane Jackson fall off of his coverage into that play from Pitt?
I was looking at Montez trying to squeeze that thing in down low, Charles. I thought, as a quarterback, that's exactly where you want that football to go. Put that thing down, come out of danger.
But let's take a
Bad's gonna
look.
happen. He was trailing.
No, he's trailing him. He wasn't. Yeah, he was just right in it. Okay, that's a pretty good looking throw, though.
Got 2 Florida guys to the right, Jefferson and Cleveland.
Get lined up here, fellas.
Huddle it up.
3 Florida guys in there, too. Florida man number 3 would be LaMichael Pirine, the running back.
DJ, when you were a quarterback and you get up there and you have that indecision and then you hear the coach say, huddle it up.
No, you're the
Bad
quarterback.
words, right?
The quarterback, you get yelled at for not telling him
For
where
not
to
telling
line
him to
up.
line up. But when they said huddle it up, that was usually not good, right?
Not great. You got 2 crossers coming there. Looked like he tried to split the difference.
Lucky they didn't run into each other.
Jared Pinkney, the Vandy tight end. Wearing number 80 there.
Let's see if Herbert can get some rhythm here. No rhythm so far in this red zone
Not
offense.
crisp at
7
all.
on 7. Again, though, you've got to have trust. You've got to trust your eyes. You've got to trust they're going to be where they're supposed to be, and you've got to just let it rip. Eno Benjamin in the backfield, who's very capable receiver out there.
Jawan Jennings, Tennessee, out there to the left.
See, that was decisive. Get your back foot and let it rip. Nice
Austin
throw.
Mack from Ohio State.
Nice contested catch there by Mr. Mack.
Watch Herbert. Just a nice one. Boom. Ball's gone. Nice zip. Nice placement.
Antonio Gibson there, number 24 with the Memphis helmet, checks in.
Let him touch it in space, please.
Pretty good coverage right there.
That's well done.
Antoine Brooks.
Antoine Brooks from Maryland.
Darnell Savage had a nice rookie season out of Maryland with the Green Bay Packers, was a starter for the entire year at safety. Remember, he was a little bit of a surprise pick in the first round for a lot of people, but I believe you had him in the first round, didn't you, Daniel?
Really climbed up through the process.
I think you had him in your last mock. I think you indicated you thought he would go in the first.
And a guy we had here last year in Mobile.
There's Harrison Bryant. A little angle route there. You see that every Sunday, Charles.
Tell you, that kid is nifty in running routes now.
They did a lot of stuff in that FAU offense where he stalk blocks and then just releases. Yeah, this is him. Watch, once he gets across his face, Hurts does a nice job fitting that one in there.
He actually put it in the right spot, didn't he? Because he allowed him to get him on his back and then put it up in that upfield shoulder. Stuck it right there to give him a chance to keep him on his back and boxed out.
Harrison Bryant won the Mackey Award, best tight end in the country.
John Mackey, one of the all-time greats of the Baltimore Colts.
Yes, sir. And an Orange man.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. SU.
Yes, sir.
Explosive or fast, but he gets open and he catches.
Nice ball. There's Lipscomb.
Right on cue.
That is a touchdown.
Look at you, Mark Ross.
Right
Did you
on
get?
cue.
Did you get?
Mr. Cleo.
Did you get?
Hey, Joe Judge in his introductory press conference with the Giants a couple of weeks ago channeled Miss Cleo. Well, maybe not channeled, quoted Miss left hip. Lipscomb. Johnson to the left. Looking right. And threading the needle to Pinkney.
Split two defenders there. Hey, A.J. Green might have a chance on that one. So some arm strength there from Hurts to squeeze that one in.
One thing we definitely let people aware of that the rules here was only a 4-man rush, so the defense had a little bit of a disadvantage that you can't blitz or bring 5.
Like we said before, unlike in college football here, 2-minute drill. Clock is not stopping on first downs, although it does stop on the incompletion.
Doesn't like what he sees here, ends up climbing up and take off, trying to stay lateral there, but that's a tough over-under throw. Is high degree of difficulty on that one, couldn't pull it off.
Jalen Hurts, who we saw earlier in the week, had that half Alabama, half Oklahoma helmet. Just for the record, that will not be worn on game day. He's going to be wearing that Oklahoma helmet we see him in now. Again, has to avoid the rush and throws back across his body. Actually had Johnson there. He couldn't hang on.
That's Darnay Holmes from UCLA, who just made play after play after play this week and has found a home inside as a nickel. That's where he's going to be. He's going to be a nickel. He's going to return kicks. But watch him close on this football. Would have been a sack first of all. But close on the football, find it, poke it out with his right hand. Nicely done.
Nikel Roby-Coleman.
Slot guy.
I think he's even
Stronger,
Yeah.
a little bit bigger, but that same type of feistiness inside.
That's a great word.
Nikel Roby-Coleman, who played his college football on the other side of town. Darnay Holmes at USC.
Probably shouldn't bring his name up in these parts, should I? This big Saints country.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
I bailed out
Also a
there.
big flag country right there, too.
Let's keep their ears back.
Remember here in the 2-minute drive, in the NFL, clock is moving. First downs aren't going to stop the clock.
So you get out of bounds, they can huddle up here. But so far, so good here for Jordan Love, who had a pick a little bit earlier. Give more credit probably to the linebacker than to put the blame on him. An
That was
unbelievable play.
a really nice play, and that was
Malik Harrison
yes, from Ohio State.
One-handed.
Climbed up and got it.
See Courtney Davis there from A&M, the wide receiver.
Little X-shallow cross here. This is probably going to be Andy Golden down here, dragging across underneath.
Andy Golden's 11. There he is. And Porsche next to him.
There he goes. He's got
Take the
one-on-one.
shot instead. Over the head of Davis. Pride from Notre Dame on the cover.
He actually
Got
had
a little piece of his shirt there. I think might have cost him that completion.
You like taking the shot there?
Yeah, you got nobody over the top. Go ahead and take a shot at that point in time.
He had plenty of time to fit that in before the safety had a chance to get involved. Here comes Zach Bond.
Too many men on the field.
Wisconsin.
Snap the ball.
What did you want to see out of him, DJ? Bond from Wisconsin?
Well, I know he can rush. I know
Here
he
it
can
comes
do this.
again.
That's Porsche there. Might have been tackled if this had been an actual 2-minute drill without getting out of bounds.
I like the energy that's in that huddle, guys. Did you hear him before the quarterback even stepped in? These guys want to compete and win this drill.
Notre Dame's Claypool wide to the right, 83. Andy Golden can't hang on.
It's good coverage right there. That's the Iowa corner, isn't it?
It is. Michael Ojemudia.
That's good coverage. He's different than Josh Jackson, who came out a couple of years ago. Is Josh Jackson from Iowa was a lot longer, more of a press corner, cover 2 type corner.
Yeah, this kid's got a little bit of length to him, though, 32.
But he looks like
an eighth, but he
looks like the footwork a little bit different to me. Would I be on track, Daniel?
Yeah, I think Josh Jackson had unbelievable ball skills.
Yes, the ball skills were off the charts.
It was 7 on the clock where they took the snap for that one. This is roughly a 52-yard field goal, and this is our first look today at Tyler Bass from Georgia Southern.
Statesboro, Georgia.
Tyler Bass.
Wow. Drills and mashed that thing.
The game is going to be at Ladd Peebles, rain or shine on Saturday, but because of the rain on Thursday, practice moved under a roof at South Alabama.